Do you know this feeling if you're coming home from work or school and you just feel like you want to explode? Hello my little dronies. As you might hear, I'm kinda sick, but honestly I would rather be unalive than not being able to deliver your content. But I thought now that I have every single piece of Murderon merch, yes, it's not an addiction, it's a hobby, I swear, I can review them and put them in a tier list. I might do IRL sketches with them if I have funny ideas. I'm just going to pick a completely random order of merch items and review them one after another, with some jokes here and there. And of course, like every tier list, my opinion is objective fact, and if you disagree with me, then you're objectively wrong. But jokes aside, this is my personal opinion, you can have yours, and I don't have a problem with that. Okay, let's just go to the Glitch store and pick the first one we find. Perfect. I feel like the N plush is the perfect marketing representative of what the entire Murderon store is about, which is basically you have this absolutely cute character that you just desperately want to give a hug. You can actually pay money to buy them, to give them a hug now. And this advertising works even so good that I have bought 2 of them. So just for the iconicness alone, gives the N plush an high tier. And because if you think of Murderon merch, the first thing that pops up into your head is the N plush, I would say it's easily to explain why it's an S tier. Let's look at the gead plush next. And honestly, just from the pictures alone, you don't expect much. But after actually buying this one, it's like extremely different from how you expected. First of all, it's extremely fluffy compared to all the other plushies, or just plushies in general. But also the gead plush has this weird yellow belt around her waist, which makes her seem kinda squished, which gives it an unusual appearance. If this is a bad or a good thing is up to you. Personally, it's a little bit bothering, but not by much. But I gotta give it plus points because it sticks to the whole animal theme. Because at first with plush N, I wasn't really on board with the animal theme, but we get to it if I talk about plush N. But like now that we have 3 of the plush animal themes, gead fits in very nicely, and also it is perfectly to her personality in the show. Like, I don't know how fitting Uzi and Crows is, but it's kind of fitting to her personality. And N is like a big puppy, and V had even at some point licked the palm of her hand. So gead is really fitting for her, and the plushie alone would be an A tier, but with all that I just mentioned, puts it up to S honestly. But if we are already here, I'm going to put Uzi's necklace on B, because at itself it's a very cool product. The only flaw that I could find is that the string is a little bit annoying, and I have seen some reviews that it starts to oxidize quickly, and personally my one hasn't started to oxidize, so I don't know about that, but I don't wear it every single day, so maybe it does. But up next is the V plush. I can't go over every single one in detail because this video is going to be like 30 minutes long. And fun fact, my editing software starts completely crashing after 15 minutes already. So the V plush is very solid A tier. And even though V is meanwhile my favorite character, the quality of the plushie feels a bit less than the others. Or like at least not as memorable as the others. Because if you think of every single plushie in a row, which one comes to mind first, the V plush is sadly always the last one. But honestly, I didn't like V at all. But after episode 6 and her sacrifice scene, I rethought my image of V in my head, and that made me like her so much that I just bought the plushie just because of that one scene. But next up I want you to
grab the ooze firmly so she can't escape.
Because next up is the Uzi plush, and honestly, even though I personally like the disassembly more, I can see why it would be a fan favorite. Bite me! Because it perfectly encapsulates the emo grape we all see in Uzi, and just the annoying parts are left out, so if only the cute funny thing left, so I will also put it in A tier. The next one is quite difficult to rate for me, because I don't know if you have noticed, or some people might have confused it, I'm a guy and I don't wear earrings, so I have no idea how to probably rate the earrings, but just from the design itself and the reviews I have read online, I think I can put it at a B tier, because the review says it's a very high quality and the designs are pretty basic but decent overall, like the Solver, Cabin Fever logo and stuff. It's all stuff you would actually expect. Next up, the Disassembly trio as a pullover. I have to start another rant about Murderons with this one, because at itself, the trio together in a group having fun, or just the character dynamics, like you see in the background currently playing, is absolutely amazing and would be super good for a t-shirt design. Only problem is, really the only point where we saw it was the ending of this episode, so this t-shirt really doesn't have a much impact. If we were to get a second season or something that fleshes out more the character dynamics of V, Uzi and N, then this t-shirt would be more filled with emotions, but the way it is right now it just feels empty. Doesn't take away from it being a cool shirt, but I'm still going to put it at C tier. But now, let's get to the objectively best merch item the entire Glitch store has to offer.
Branded pen.
Yeah, so honestly, you can feel two ways about this product. Either you really like the joke, or you find it unreasonable to spend $10 on a pen. I spent $10 on a pen. I could have probably gotten it for cheaper if I made it myself. But like, even though I agree that the joke is really funny, I do find it unreasonable to spend this much money on a pen. Even though I did it just so I can do this. But hot take, I'm going to put it at a F tier. Just way too expensive. Especially because I had to pay $30 delivery. Remember when I called V the most forgotten plushie? Well, the plushie I forgot about until editing was the N-head plush. I totally forgot that thing existed. But it is a pillow and it works like one, so B tier I guess? Let's speed this up a little bit because this was originally supposed to be a quick video without much work put into it. So I'm putting all the keychains in one area because from quality and stuff like that they are all kind of the same. It really comes down to personal preference, what do you prefer. But personally, because I don't have many reasons to buy a keychain in general, I would say a B tier would suffice. And if we are already on the topic of grouping up, I would also group up the posters. Not because they're all the same, they're all really different and unique. Like the last one is kind of mid, but just because it's the latest one in the line and I haven't really gotten much time to see it. The one It Came From Copper 9 is a really nice pop culture reference, and the original one just has iconic status, so there's nothing flabbergasting for me to put it at S tier, but I think A tier is solid enough. If you're already here, let me put the acrylics at C tier, because like, of course they're nice to look at, and let's be honest, this is the most we're ever going to do with the Maroons merch, because I doubt any one of us is still at plushie age. But for me personally, that weird release schedule and that weird theorizing about which character is going to be next, like after V was revealed, it was obvious that Uzi will be in the middle and N right next to it, and that all released over the last 3 episodes was like, I really don't like it, and it was really confusing that why it's so low. And again, I don't have any purpose or room for acrylic standees. But next up is Sticker Pack 1. Sticker Pack 1. The fact that there's a 1 implies that there is going to be more than 1 in the future, but Murderons has finished and there will be no second season of Murderons. Glitch, what are you hiding from us? Why is everything exploding today? But overall, there's nothing too notable about them, and stickers are one-time use items, so I don't really like that in general just. And also because the designs are basic, nothing that springs exactly out the calls like buy me now. I'm putting it down to D. And let's get the pins over with. I don't like them, also D. Something I do like is the cowzi plush. Honestly, I have no idea why I like it, because there is an alternative universe somewhere out there where instead of Uzi Crow plush, we got original Sin as plushie. But now that we have the whole trio as animals, I guess you do have to do credit where it's done, with Uzi starting the entire thing. B tier. And now to the last one I actually don't care about. All the minifigures, like they're cool, but personally I'm not really a fan of them. Like some of them are just old, like N and the original Uzi and V. Those feel just outdated. Some of them are cool and more up to date, like the Tessa one and the J and Sin. And some are personal preference, like the Solver Uzi. But I feel like if you were to rate him, you could put every single one like interchangeably, and it would all be very self-dependent. So I grouped them all up in one point and put them at B, I guess. Next up is the N hoodie. Honestly, S tier. It's super comfy to wear, looks amazing. Everything is absolutely lovely. I'm wearing it during recording right now. The only thing I might be able to complain about is that it has a weird pocket design, but otherwise, something I can complain more about is the Uzi jacket. I mean, of course, it's exactly like the show and it would be amazing wearing it and stuff like, but it's such a simple design, I feel like you could make it yourself for cheaper. But I'm not promoting off-brand stuff, so A tier. Hey, I realized I forgot to talk about the t-shirts. Both of them are good. I just count them in the same space as the Uzi's jacket because I don't have time to edit it in still. Only 3 left, and originally I was never going to buy the J plush because I disliked her so much. Because she was always a main character which has no screen time and was extremely unlikable. That's why I disliked her so much. But after the last episode she got some more screen time and she was shown not to be a main character but a main villain, and villains are supposed to be unlikable. In this case, C tier for the plushie. Lastly, N-Dog was always my kinda hated one because it was super random that it dropped, because cowzi at least was an episode. N-Dog was super random, and also we got N-Dog in a big downtime of the episodes, and after we finally got some news from Murder Drones, it was this really epic teaser from N standing in the snow, and it turns out it was just a merch drop, so this is what made me dislike the N-Dog plush so much. But in the end, I just, for the completionist sake, I thought I'd buy it. And now that I actually have it, I regret not buying it sooner because it's extremely big and super cute. And honestly, I have to put it at S tier. I'm still salty of how it was announced, but I mean, come on. But I think now this was everyone. I didn't miss one.
Did you miss me?
Oh yeah, the Sin plush. Do I even need to explain why this is an S tier? This is probably the highest quality of plush from every single one. She's such a likable character in the show, and we finally have a Sin plush, and with the cool tentacles it also has a unique feeling to it. The only thing that you can complain about is the weird eyelash, but honestly you get used to it after some time of looking at it. The only real complaint I could find is that it sometimes starts talking while you're asleep. What? Do you think I'm joking? Here's video evidence.
Hey viewer, yeah, you subscribe to Redbeard1337 or else I will haunt you when you sleep.
Forever.
But with that we are concluding this video, and honestly I will leave this on the background on the screen because I need to do a little real talk with you guys. If you're either on my Discord or following my community posts, you already know this. But if not, I'm mentioning it here now one last time. I'm currently in a very unhealthy work schedule that if I was 1 week sick, that I'm completely filled with anxiety that I can't produce a video even though I should relax like it was with this video. And because I really need to focus on school now, I will dial back the videos release schedule from 1 video every week to every 2 to 3 weeks. Maybe if I have a quick video idea 1 week, doesn't matter, but I don't have a fixed schedule anymore. So over the next few times it will be more random and more spaced out. I hope you can understand that. But remember, I don't earn a single cent from doing these videos, so I have to focus on other stuff first so I can make my living. And I was about to make a skit where the Sin plush chases me to a forest, but I want to release this video today and I need to already start it for like 6 tests. I'm not exaggerating. But I hope you have a great day and we see us in the next one, whatever it will be. Maybe it even will be Murderverse, I don't know.